Section 3.5, Loans and Mortgages, Video 1. We will go over the following objective: calculate installment and add-on loan payments. Loans. Definition. An installment loan is money borrowed that is paid back with interest over a set time period at regularly scheduled intervals. Installment loan payment formula. Given the principal or borrowed amount of a loan, P, the interest rate R in decimal form, the number of payments within 1 year, M, and the time T in years, the installment payment can be calculated by installment payment amount equals, in the numerator, P times the quantity R divided by M, all divided by, in the denominator, 1 minus the quantity 1 plus R divided by M, all raised to the negative mt power. Note, payments are always rounded up. This is to ensure the entire amount of the loan is paid back. Example 1. Find the payment on an installment car loan if the purchase price of the car is $30,000 over 6 years at an interest rate of 5.25%. Parts A and B below provide a different scheduled interval for each payment. Part A, monthly, Part B, bi-monthly. So, first off, we need to find certain pieces of our formula. We know that P is going to be $30,000. We know that R is your rate, which is 5.25%. We must convert that to decimal form, so we have 0.0525. T is going to be 6, that represents 6 years. We still need to find M, and M for the monthly payment would be 12 because there are 12 monthly payments within a year, and for the bi-monthly, M would be 24 because 24 payments would be made within 1 year. So part A, for the monthly installment, we would have $30,000 for the principal times the rate of 0.0525 divided by 12 payments within a year, all divided by 1 minus the quantity 1 plus rate of 0.0525 divided by 12, all raised to the negative M, which is 12, times T, which is 6 power. Multiplying 30,000 times 0.0525 divided by 12, we get 131.25. In the denominator, calculating it, we get approximately 0.269710. Please note, you should not round your answer until the final solution. However, for the purposes of this video, I will be showing just the first 6 values of our denominator. Dividing 131.25 by 0.269710, we get an approximate value of $486.64. So, our monthly payment would be $486.64. Part B. For our bi-monthly, again, P is going to be $30,000. Our rate is 0.0525. Here M is 24 because there will be 24 payments within a year, divided by 1 minus the quantity 1 plus 0.0525 divided by 24, all raised to the negative M, which is 24, times T, which is 6 power. Calculating our numerator, we get 65.625. Calculating our denominator, we get 0.269960. Again, do not round until the final step. Dividing 65.625 by 0.269960, we get $243.10. So the bi-monthly payment would be $243.10. Example 2. Using the loan terms from example 1, how much interest did the borrower pay on the monthly and bi-monthly car loan? So, we have a couple of things we need to look at. First, we need to know the total amount paid for the loan. Thereafter, we need to find the interest paid on the loan. So to find the total amount paid for the loan, we need to multiply the payment amount made at each interval times the number of payments made per year times the number of years for the loan. Multiplying these three values, you get the total amount paid for the loan. Now, to find the interest paid on the loan, you take the amount we just got, the total amount paid for the loan, subtract by the actual amount of the loan, which would give us the interest paid on the loan. So for the monthly loan, we make payments of $486.64, so it would be $486.64. We make 12 payments a year for 6 years. So multiplying these values together, we get $35,038.08. So $35,038 was paid for the entire loan, minus the actual cost of the loan, which is $30,000. The difference would be the interest paid, which in this case was $5,038.08. So the interest on monthly loan was $5,038.08. So for the bi-monthly payment, we paid $243.10. So we have $243.10. We made 24 payments per year times 6 years. Multiplying these three values, we get $35,006.40. So the total amount of payments was $35,006.40. We subtract out the actual loan amount, which was $30,000, which gives us interest paid of $5,006.40. So the interest on the bi-monthly loan was $5,006.40. Notice that you pay about $31.68 less on the bi-monthly loan than you do the monthly loan. Definition. An add-on interest loan is a loan where the interest and principal amount of the loan are combined and then the total is divided by the number of payments. Add-on interest loan payment formula. Given the principal or borrowed amount of a loan P, the total simple interest amount I, and the number of total payments for the entire loan N, the add-on interest payment can be calculated by add-on interest payment amount equals P for principal plus I for interest divided by N, which is the number of total payments for the entire loan. Note, the simple interest formula is I equals P times R times T. Here I represents interest, P represents principal, R represents interest in decimal form, and T represents time in years. Example 3. Find the payment for an add-on car loan if the purchase price of the car is $30,000 over 6 years at an interest rate of 5.25%. Parts A and B below provide a different scheduled interval for each payment. A, monthly, B, bi-monthly. So here, P is $30,000. R is 0.0525. Again, you must change from percentage to decimal form. And T equals 6. We must find interest I, which is principal times rate times time. Interest then would be $9,450. That is found by multiplying 30,000 times 0.0525 times 6. We need to calculate N for monthly, N for bi-monthly. So N for monthly would be 12 payments multiplied by 6 years. So you're making 12 monthly payments for 6 years, which is 72 total payments. For bi-monthly, N would be 24 times 6. 24 would represent the number of payments made within 1 year times the 6 years the loan is good for. Multiplying 24 times 6 is 144. So for part A, we need to multiply for the monthly the principal, which is $30,000, plus the interest, which is $9,450, divided by the 72 payments. This would give us $39,450 in the numerator, divided by 72 in the denominator. Dividing $39,450 by 72 gives us a payment amount of $547.92. So the monthly payment for a add-on interest loan would be $547.92 given the above stipulations. For part B, we have again $30,000 for the principal plus interest of $9,450. Now we're dividing by 144 for the bi-monthly payments. We have $39,450 divided by 144 payments. The bi-monthly payments would be $273.96. So the bi-monthly payments would be $273.96. Notice for the add-on loan, which is different than the installment loan, the interest is added on at the beginning of the loan. So both loans have $9,450 as interest. This concludes example 3.